Cardiff Bay, one of the most popular tourist destinations in South Wales. The bay is home to some of Wales's most popular attractions and venues, including the Red Dragon Centre, the Senedd, Mermaid Quay, Technoquest Science Centre, and the Norwegian Church. However, the bay has not always been what it is today. John Crichton Stewart claimed the surrounding land and decided to begin building Cardiff docks, with the first being dug out in 1836. He developed the coal and iron industries within South Wales, and Cardiff docks in particular were used as a means of transporting coal from the valleys to the rest of the world. The area was formerly referred to as Tiger Bay. It was notorious and had a reputation for being a tough and dangerous place, but the 1990s witnessed a rebirth of the area, and Cardiff Bay was given a new lease of life when many neglected buildings were demolished and redeveloped. In 1999, the construction of the Cardiff Bay Barrage began. This is now considered as one of the most successful building projects of the era. I spoke to Tony Burnell, the assistant manager of the Norwegian Church, to see what he knew about the history of the bay.
I've worked here in the Norwegian Church and within the Harbour Authority for about 7 or 8 years now. And lots of changes. I mean, I can remember the launch back in 1987 of the Cardiff Bay Development Corporation when it was still the docks. So I remember it as was. So I've seen it change completely and transform and regenerate into Cardiff Bay as it is today. It's still going on. Within the past few years, we've had the Cardiff International Whitewater Centre. That's opened, so you can go whitewater rafting. That recently won the award for the best tourist experience in Wales. Okay, so that's an exciting development. We've got the BBC studios, biggest studios in the UK, producing top-ranging programmes like Doctor Who, Sherlock, Merlin, all sorts of things. So it's still changing, and I don't think it'll ever be finished. There's lots of different reasons why people think of it as Tiger Bay. One of the things I've read is the fact that they said it was because this region has the second highest tidal range in the world. Before the barrage was built, as the tide left, you used to have a huge expanse of mud, and you used to have stripes in the mud where the water retreated, and it looked as though it was a stripy bay, and they call it Tiger Bay. A lot of rubbish. Personally, the reason I believe it's Tiger Bay is some other stories. Second highest tidal range in the world. You'd have the two rivers coming out, the River Taff and the River Ely, meeting the incoming tide. So the bay itself, because it was the biggest and busiest dock in the world, was very difficult to navigate. And some of the old sailors, some of the old pilots, as they were coming through the bay, trying to get up into the original docks, they used to say it was as though the bay was full of raging tigers. This region, there was such demand for Welsh coal. This was the Middle East of its day. It was the powerhouse for the British Empire. There was so much money being created here in South Wales. Cardiff docks became the biggest and busiest docks in the world. The first £1 million cheque ever anywhere on planet Earth was signed here in Cardiff docks. So there's a tremendous wealth of history in Cardiff, and we should all be very proud of what we've got here and never let it be forgotten.